Wrong.
I think we've been. Oh my god, we've been going this entire time without audio. Cause I'm a big ass dum dum.
Is this going?
Yeah, no, this is going. I just didn't have it undone. I didn't have it undone over here.
Okay, should we go in now?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Context Cocktail. We
I'm
are
leaving.
professionals.
I'm leaving.
Um,
I'm leaving and I'm coming back.
All right.
Holy shit.
That was a rough start, but you know what? Nobody was here to see it. Nobody.
They don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I say nobody saw it, and nobody really left. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Garrett Stone, your co-host of the Context Cocktail, and tonight we're going to be talking about what is an entertainer. Apparently, it's a big boy dum-dum who doesn't know how to turn on a microphone. That's what it is. But it's been a week. It's been a week, my guy.
I brought a drill.
Hey, we're gonna drill this in tonight. Do it.
I don't like that. But yeah, dude. Tonight we're talking about performers, our perspective with performers.
Fuck, Joe.
This isn't about you. You missed a bit where we were talking about our guests for next week, which this whole podcast kind of pertains. Well, it doesn't really pertain around that person. But I feel like what we developed tonight, we can ask that person next week because it's Ty Tree Boy.
Ty Traherne.
That one.
Yep.
He's gonna be on the show. We can talk to him about his experiences as a performer, but he's not here. Therefore,
we're just gonna talk about what it means to us.
yeah,
to
like
be an
what it
entertainer.
means. Because I've been performing to some degree since I was a child, man. Like, I know I've been singing for the sake of like performing since I was like 6.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to like entertain people either in a comedic sense or just for shock value since before my memory will allow me to remember. Now, what I mean by that is I recall I had to have at least been 2 because my mom and dad were together. They split when I was 2. But my mom and dad both at separate times have told me the same memory of me where they would take me to Fernando's, which is a bomb-ass Mexican joint in
It's
Pearl.
bomb, dude. I've been there.
It's so good. Best place in town.
Best place. It's the best like Mexican place. Just
It's the
period.
best Mexican food I've ever had.
Yeah.
But my dad trained me to like he called it raising hell. So what would happen? Let me set the scenario for you. So the waitress would be coming with our food or drinks or et cetera, and he would go, "Tim, raise hell." I would proceed to bang on the table as hard as I could at 2 years old
For your
and
father's
just-
entertainment.
and just scream and like bang my head, and I would do that until someone forced me to stop. And apparently I did that up until I was like 4 or 5,
Wow.
when I like gained the ability to be like, no, fuck that.
Be like, yo, wait, that's fucking rude.
Just give me my enchiladas and leave. I don't want to dance for you. I'm not a monkey.
Joe, what the hell, dude?
But yeah, I mean, I've been doing whatever it took for the meme since before I could feasibly
Joe.
remember things.
I'm about to have to lock both.
Don't
of
make me
dogs
get the
up.
squirt bottle.
Don't make me lock you out.
So what are your first memories of performing? Like, what do you recall?
Okay, so for performing, I was probably like 3 or 4, right? Oh, so for my first memories
Yeah.
of performing, right? I had. Don't blind our viewers. I was 4 years old, and music
Oh,
is
fuck.
yeah, right. Music is a really big part of my life, right? We
Yeah.
discussed this when we talked about like Linkin Park being a huge influence. I was 4 years old. I was dancing around in my living room singing along to "In the End." Right, that's like my favorite Linkin Park song ever.
Doesn't even matter, dude.
It doesn't even matter. But like I was 4 years old, and so like that was my first memory of like performing.
Being in the performing arts.
Yeah. But like I've always wanted to make people laugh. Right?
Okay.
I've always wanted to be the guy that could make a person laugh no matter what they were feeling.
On that
Right.
Robin Williams noise.
Yeah. I mean, I've always kind of wanted to be that person, and to an extent, I still am. I
What's
still
up?
do want that to be kind of what I do.
You were the wrong can. I was expecting a totally different flavor. I threw myself really far off.
But yeah, that's really my first memory
Hey, could you not?
So
Okay.
if y'all try to start playing around my lights, they're playing around the lights.
Of course. Why wouldn't they be?
Why not? Yeah.
Okay. So, when did you recognize your performing habits, either be them comedic or musical? When did you recognize that to be like an art form? When did you want to hone that craft?
I think I was. Hello? Music has always been my go-to. Music has always been what I wanted to do, as far as entertainment goes, right?
Fair.
So,
Hey, can y'all take that out?
Hey.
Mason, come on.
go.
Come on. Go up.
Go.
Thanks, dude.
Hold on. Put this up too.
Jesus.
Sorry, this podcast is not very well put together tonight because our guest
No.
our guest like I said left kind of ditched at the last minute. Had some stuff come up, has some stuff happening. You know, the usual. It happens.
Just kind of pulling it out of the thick. But I mean, if you guys have something you'd rather us talk about, let us know.
Yeah.
But we figure we've both been performing individually for as long as we can remember.
Yeah.
So that's what we would discuss.
So when I first realized that I really wanted to get into performing and kind of hone that, I want to say probably about 7.
Okay.
Right? So,
Sure.
like, I was really young, and I knew that music just spoke to me. And my dad listened to Weird Al Yankovic. I don't know if you...
Absolutely.
Right? Absolutely love Weird Al. In my mind, one of the greatest artists alive just because of his longevity and the fact that he has absolutely zero controversies. Right?
That's fair.
I mean, he has a career. He's a multi-platinum, like, Grammy award-winning artist that's been around since the 80s and has absolutely zero controversies to his name, right?
Yeah.
So in
Kept
my
his
mind,
record clean.
one of the best performers out there. And so I was playing hockey at that time. I played hockey.
Badass sport.
Right.
Shout out to hockey.
Shout out hockey. I miss playing hockey, by the way. But we're not talking about that. But my dad had this little like Chevy Tracker, right? So like a little
What the hell is that?
It's like a little 4-gear, 4-cylinder, like tiny Jeep. It's like if a Jeep and a Gremlin had a baby, you would get the Tracker. It's an ugly little car.
I don't like that.
No, it's ugly, but you notice that's what's stuck in my mind, right? We would listen to Weird Al. My dad had the tapes. He had the cassette tapes. So we'd listen to the cassettes all the way from my house all the way to practice and back. And that's when I realized, like, I want to do that, right? I want that to be me. I want to be able to say, yo, I'm a performer. And then I joined choir at the age of 10.
At the age of because you've been doing choir, or you were doing choir for a long time.
I did choir from the ages of 10 to 18 or 19, from 10 to 19. So I did it for 9 years.
Yeah, because you're like classically trained.
Yeah, that's not the style I sing in because I am not in a choir anymore, and I have acquired my own style.
Yeah, obviously.
But no, I'm classically trained. So in vocals.
Oh,
right?
we've got
Ty Dalton Trehard, our guest for next week. How you doing, my guy?
Stoked to have you on next week, bro.
What's up? You joined right at the right time because this is kind of going to be a preview of what your show's about. We're just talking about what it means to be an entertainer.
Yeah.
Talking about what it means and where our influences are from, and so just
our experiences, if you will.
Just kind of get prepared, my guy.
Yeah, because I mean, I know I've already beat it like a dead horse, but we've been entertaining since we were like young tater tots.
Yeah.
So
when did you decide that you wanted to be an entertainer, a performer? What was the defining moment?
I remember when I knew I wanted to do it professionally. I was a teenager in a metal band. Chicks dug it, and I was like, "This is fun. Like I'm getting attention. I'm getting what I feel is important to me at the time." And then I went on stage for the first time, Like not in the sense of like it's talent shows or basketball games or whatever.
You performed like a show.
Yeah, like I performed my first show.
Yeah.
And the adrenaline high off that show was absolutely perspective changing on a major scale.
Yeah.
So like professionally, I'd say about 14, 15 when I had performed for the first time. That's when I knew I wanted to do it. But in terms of like knowing that that's what I was called to do, I guess, if that's what you want to say. Because I mean, I think everyone has a purpose for something that they're particularly good at. And then you have people who like, oh well, I'm funny as hell, so I'm a comedian. But that's just kind of like a pastime they adopt into a career.
Yeah.
But it's another thing to like, be self-deprecating and not have confidence in anything, but see a trait and be like, wait, no, I'm good at that though. Like I'm actually good at that. I'm confident in my ability to do this. Musically and comedically, I picked that up very young. Like at 8 years old, I was like,
wow,
I'm gonna make people laugh and I'm gonna play music until I die. Like that's what I'm gonna do.
That's it. So you've been hucking it full send for the meme for a long time.
Yeah, dude, I've been a fucking edgelord since I was old enough to throw scissors around for fun.
So I was old enough to juggle scissors. I've been doing it.
I mean, my dad used to play this little game where like we'd be in the car, and like this is I guess where he like fine-tuned my ear for like different genres and different artists, because he would play a song and then about 30 seconds into the song he'd stop the radio and he'd just look at me and be like, what's the song, what's the artist?
Oh shit.
And he did that every single time, and it wasn't like a disciplinary thing.
It was just a game.
Yeah, and he just did it over and over and over and over. And after like months and months on to years and years, I was like, oh, well, that's Audioslave. Oh, that's Bush. Oh, that's Slipknot. Oh, that's... And I was like, just learning what these bands were, learning the differentiations in their sounds, and then learning what they did that set them above the others or around the others that kind of put them in the same pen. So, I don't know, man. It kind of got... It's always been a part. Like... Not necessarily comedy. Comedy I adopted on my own, but music's always been a part. I can tell you the song that was on the radio, the first song that popped up on the radio when I was getting brought home from the hospital. It was Metallica's cover of Bob Seger's Turn the Page. And then Aerosmith, I believe it was Dream On.
Hold on. Getting brought home from the hospital when?
Like, I'm born, coming home from the hospital. Obviously, I don't know that. But my mom and dad both separately, once again, said, oh, well, we were listening to rock and roll when we brought you home. That's why you love rock and roll so much. This is what was on the radio.
Oh, nice.
Now, my mom remembers Metallica, not the song, but she remembers Aerosmith, Dream On. My dad remembers Metallica, the exact song, but Aerosmith, not the song.
Okay.
So that's why they got divorced.
That's the reason they don't love you anymore.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so, I don't know, man. Music as an art form and as something to appreciate and revere has always been a part of my life, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So when did you... I mean, obviously, we both make content for YouTube and we do the podcast. So what really was the first inkling that video was something that you wanted to do? When did that portion of being an entertainer come into your life?
Late, bro.
Like how late? You're 24 now. How old were you?
When I decided I wanted to take it to like video format?
Yeah.
Like 19, 20.
Oh, wow.
Because like, when you're younger rather.
Yeah.
You have this like, we're the generation of broken promises.
Yeah.
Because they raised us.
We're the Hobbit generation.
Yeah, they raised us to believe, if you try hard and you believe in yourself, you can do whatever you want, be whatever you want, succeed however you want.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. However, there are resources and outlets that beckon you to not give up either way.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to kind of give up on the aspiration of, it'll just happen because it's meant to happen because I'm good at it.
Yeah. And
so around
when you had to you're like, oh shit, well, I guess I actually have to work at it.
Yeah. At like 18 or 19 or 20 rather, I was like, well, I'm in Mississippi. I've got no exposure that's beyond local.
Yeah.
And this shit's not going anywhere. So I have to I need to channel this.
Gotta find something.
Yeah, I need some sort of output that is beyond my local bearing. Like I need something larger than myself.
Yeah.
So I figure, Casey's always got a camera. He's recording everything all the time anyway.
Yeah.
So why not compile that and then outsource that? That's content. Like, that's something to catalog and show the world, hey, I'm Tim Hawkins and I'm funny as hell. Like, watch me. Like, let me prove it to you. And that's what we did. Yeah. And then I decided to come to school for it.
That's good. So we'll just dive into that a little bit. You and Casey obviously grew up together.
20 years.
You and Casey have been best friends for pretty much your entire life.
2 decades, yes.
Yes, for 2 decades of your 24-year existence.
That is a long time.
That's a long-ass time.
I remember trading Bernstein Bear books. Like, it is that...
Oh, my God.
It is that deep, my man.
It's that old.
It goes a long way.
That's crazy. So Casey is also a musician, right? You were in the band with him.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He was the lead guitarist. I was the vocalist and rhythm guitarist.
Okay. So, did Casey kind of influence you to get into video? Is that...
I would say, yeah. I mean, I think Casey is kind of quintessential to the whole operation, mainly because when I got a guitar, Casey got a guitar not even 15 days after me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like neither of us had the best guitar. I had a great guitar. I had a Fender Stratocaster, American made. Like a great guitar.
You had an OG.
And he wanted to be involved. Like, he loved music too. We both loved music. So he went and got him like the nearest guitar he could get his hands on. And we literally just like challenged each other to see who could get better. But not in a way where it's like, hey, you suck, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, look what I could do now. Now you do it, and we'll one-up each other constantly until we've not necessarily mastered, but until we've...
hit the point
where... Yeah, until we've, like, grown satisfied with his craft.
Yeah.
And the trick is to never be satisfied. So, like, we were constantly just like, well, now I know how to sweep. Well, now I know how to sweep, but I know how to arpeggio. Well, now I know how to arpeggio.
Yeah.
And, like, it just constantly grew off that. And then, you know, the band stuff started. Chasing Chicks started. And then doing stupid stuff in public started. And Casey's like, holy shit, this is funny. Like, dude, at 10 years old, Casey's like, we need a TV show. So, like, he had his shitty Android Hero.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
And he would, like, film everything on this little Android Hero. And, like, we didn't even notice it at the time, but we've been documenting everything since, like, 10 to 14 upwards.
Yeah.
So it's always been a part of it, but it took us so long to be like, hey, this can be something. Like, we can actually do something with this besides archiving it and just watching it whenever we're bored or drunk.
Bored or drunk, or both. You know, bored and drunk,
bored
that
and
works. Wow, so y'all have always... You've always had a camera in your hands, pretty much. During your formative years, at least, from, you know, I would say... 13 to now, you've always kind of been in that video lifestyle.
Always.
Before you knew it, right?
Yeah, the only thing that changed was perspective.
Okay.
Because, like, we've always had it, but it was just always, like, an arbitrary thing. Like, oh, it's us doing what we're doing, and it just so happens in this particular moment there's a camera. And now it's, oh, well, we're about to do this thing.
Let's get a camera.
Yeah. So the only thing that changed was perspective. And that's because... I don't know, man. Like, I'm not a very confident person. I'm confident in certain fields. My abilities to entertain is one of them.
Well, I'm nothing.
So it's like, I fully, in my heart and soul, believe, as an entertainer, musically and comedically, I can impress people. I believe that in my heart and soul. Everything else, I actually suck. Stay away from me. But when it comes to making you laugh and entertaining you with dope-ass beats or sick-ass riffs, I'm your guy. Like, that's just what it's... That's what it is. It's what it's always been.
See, and I'm the other way around. Like, I've never really been super confident in my abilities to do anything other than, for me, it's edit and sing, right? Like, I know I can kick ass as a vocalist.
Yep.
Right? I may not be able to do screams, right? I couldn't be a metal vocalist for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, well, technically I could, because
just because you don't scream, like, there's...
I'll say, because, you know, Dragon Force doesn't really scream.
That's just power metal.
Dream Theater doesn't really scream.
Yeah. There's too many genres of metal to
to say metal, I can't be a metal vocalist.
Yeah. There's too much.
I cannot be a screamer. My vocal cords are not designed for that biz.
Yeah, you'd want to stay away from like metalcore or death metal.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
But as far as like singing, I know what I've got. I know that I've got it.
Mad talented. Check him out. Garrett Stone on YouTube.
Gang. But so like, because again, I, like you taught yourself guitar and you learned and you pushed yourself harder and harder, right?
Oh yeah.
For me, that was what I was doing in choir, right?
Fair.
I was honing my voice, but outside of choir as well, because I would always, because at the beginning, the way it works in choir, every year that you go in, you get told, you have to do basically an audition. They tell you what your vocal range is. They tell you go from here to here, right? So I made it a point every year to expand my range. I'm like, okay, I can do this. Now, keeping in mind, I was in choir from 10 to 19, so puberty kind of put a little bit of
I've dropped an octave.
yeah.
Okay.
Puberty kind of, well, no, see, here's the thing. I started out as a soprano.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, no. I was 10, though, right? So I could hit
it.
those little high boy notes. Then I dropped down to an alto, right, which is kind of mid-range. Then I went up to a second soprano. Then I dropped down to a baritone. And then I kind of steadied around a high baritone to tenor, right? A high baritone, tenor, low alto range.
Yeah. Now,
Right.
as an adult, I have a general idea of what those are.
Yeah.
But I never knew where I was on the spectrum. I've been told by a few people that I'm a baritone naturally.
Your natural voice is definitely a baritone. Like, my natural voice is a little bit higher pitched than yours, right?
Yeah.
So I if I just had to generalize, I'd be a tenor. You'd be a baritone. Now, you can hit whatever you can hit, right?
Yeah.
So the spectrum doesn't stop, but your natural speaking voice, you've got a baritone voice.
Yeah, and then my singing voice is like maybe a little bit up.
Yeah, your singing voice. I mean,
But it's still ballpark.
I say we probably have about the same range. If I had to guess, we had about the same range. I might be able to hit a little bit higher than you could.
Yeah.
And you could definitely hit a little. You could definitely hit lower than I could. And so like during that transitional period of from soprano to baritone, my range was all kinds of messed up. But once my voice settled in, I made it a point. I've lost not a lot, but I will say I've definitely lost some of my lower range because I don't use it, right? You don't use it, you lose it. So I don't utilize my lower range because that's not the kind of music that I like to sing.
It's not marketable anymore, to be honest.
It's really not, because like baritone really nowadays, you've got to have a bass range if you're going to have a low voice.
Yeah.
You got to be able to hit those low notes to pull those people in. But baritone is really for country.
That's a fact. Yeah,
I mean,
given.
that really in today's music industry, baritone is really only super marketable as country music. Now you've got like Marilyn Manson, who's got a baritone range, but his vocals are so low and just so kind of soft and eerie that it works for him.
Yeah,
right?
and then
that's
you have
his
like
style.
uniquities. Like he markets on like the whispery kind of like whispery yet still gritty, and then almost spoken word kind of lyrics.
Yeah.
Whereas you have somebody like what's a country singer like Garth Brooks or something.
Yeah.
Who like just naturally sings low, but it fits the market. Like that's the spectrum to sell for.
Mm-hmm. So I and that's perfect leading into what I was going to say, is because like I realized that the types of songs that I want to sing, the type of singer that I want to market myself as, I don't have to utilize that low range. Right?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have it, but if you expand in one way, you lose in the other, right? So it's kind of like once you've hit your octaves, once you've hit kind of your max, that range just kind of slides up and down.
Yeah.
Really. So if you extend your lower range, you're gonna lose some high notes.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I did the opposite. I expanded my upper range. I expanded my upper range and lost some lower notes. So do you know who Josh Turner is?
Nah, not in the slightest.
He's a country singer. He sings the Long Black Train song, right? There's a long black train.
Oh shit! Yeah, my grandma used to love that song. I think
I used to be able to sing that.
That's low. Yeah, that's
right. I
down
used to be able to sing that, but as I expanded my range upward, I lost it. I can't sing it anymore. Right? I cannot hit that for the life of me.
You used to walk in, hang out with your ex-wife, and be like, Maybe lock them doors and turn on lights.
See, and you can hit it, right? So you can hit that naturally. So yeah, you definitely got a more baritone style voice.
Fuck yeah.
But honing my voice was really what I was all about. So I would sing like I used to not be able to hit Journey for the life of me.
Oh God, yeah.
Bro, I can hit that clean as a whistle, no problem now.
Beautiful stuff.
Right? So like the whole point is to hone your craft and become the best that you could be. Now obviously we still have you as a performer and me as a performer, we still have so much to learn because there's so much out there, right?
I don't know, like, cause okay, so here's the thing: I feel like shit. As vocalists, like we share being vocalists.
Yeah.
You have certain techniques and skills that you've honed and crafted, and you kind of get a choice. So I see what you're saying because you have to play with a ballpark, and you can't. Once you start playing in this particular ballpark, everything outside the ballpark doesn't necessarily go away, but it degrades over time.
It gets harder.
So you had all this classical training, and you knew where you were comfortable, and you knew where you wanted to be in your comfort zone. So let's say your two major things are that you have a higher range.
Yep.
And your cleans are, just by listening to you sing, which I've heard multiple times, your clean vocals are fathoms cleaner than mine.
Thank
you. Yeah. Like, you have a way more crisp, clean, natural tone than I have.
Which comes from the classical training, I might add.
Now, where I specialized my unit was I was listening to bands like 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, and then it only got heavier from
It got heavier from there.
So where I specialized my
Bassy boy.
Where I specialized my tuning was I have a decent baritone range.
Yeah.
But my cleans have a natural rasp. Like there's always, no matter what I'm singing, it could be the cleanest song in the fucking bag, but there's always gonna be grit to it when I sing it because I have natural distortion.
So I would say kind of like a Kurt Cobain. Because Kurt Cobain, everything he sang, had that kind of like little raspy tone to it.
Now I can go pretty, but it's outside of my comfort zone to go pretty.
Yeah.
Now if you want something that's comfortable and it's gonna get the full effect, it's got to be gritty, it's got to be raspy, it needs some sort of distortion. And then my second area of play, my backfield of the ballpark is metal vocals. I can scream highs, lows, fry chords, false chords. Yes, sir, the beast is hot. But I don't know. I feel like when it comes to stuff like, I feel like when it comes to art, like I feel like when it comes to art as a whole, you have choices that you have to make, and then once you make those choices, you have to deal with not necessarily consequences, but like outliers from your choices. Like I feel like in certain aspects, if you're a painter and you choose to use like, well, I can draw in charcoal pencil and I can watercolor. Well, that means you're gonna suck with acrylic, or you're gonna suck with this weird abstract shit that I don't know about.
No, that's because I paint, right? I do painting.
I don't.
Oil paints. You can give me some oil paints. I can make some pretty stuff. I learned from the best Bob Ross, so I'm not that great. Keep that in mind.
Happy little accidents.
Yes.
Like me.
But so like I can paint with oils. If you give me a pencil and say draw something, I'm gonna stab you in the eye with the pencil because I can't. Right? I can't draw for the life of me. You know? You almost broke glass with my voice. You almost broke glass with your voice, dude.
For one, kudos. That shit's powerful. It takes a lot of high frequency to do that.
It takes a lot of oomph.
It takes a lot of powerful frequency. Like that's a lot of velocity.
Like I said, a lot of oomph.
Way to go, Beast.
Yeah, Beast.
Are there any other comments?
No.
I just realized I've only been looking at Facebook. I haven't looked at anything.
No. Our Twitch is pretty dead.
It's all good. That means we just got the Beast.
Yeah, we got the Beast, but no. Yeah, no, that counts. Beastly Boy sings too.
For real?
Like, yeah, he's got some singing. He's I don't know if he's had any kind of training or anything, but that just makes it that much better because he's got natural talent, right? If he took like some voice lessons, like trained his voice, then he could blow you and me out of the water.
Hold your craft.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know, man. I feel like art. I feel like any form of art is consequential in the sense that you have to make choices.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like you can choose to. So I know how to play the piano.
I know basic music theory.
I don't know really. I took music theory for like 1 year, and I couldn't. I understand like this is a chord. These notes sound good together.
I could do that on a guitar.
Ta-da! But like
Couldn't imagine
piano.
that on a piano.
No, but like piano, I'm pretty decent at piano.
Yeah.
I could not, if you put me in front of something, like gave me a music sheet and said play it, I could sit there for about an hour and figure it out.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, okay, blah, 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 blah. Right?
Like just instantaneous sight reading.
Yeah, because
Those people are freaks of nature and need to be sent to Alcatraz.
because like I took piano lessons. I took piano lessons for 4 years. I
Ah,
suck at the
No.
piano.
dude.
Ironic though, because everything, all the music I make is all done with a MIDI keyboard. Everything you have ever heard me produce or put out is all done with a MIDI keyboard, including
No.
the drums, which I know how to play drums too.
I see Casey doing that and shit looks like voodoo. Have I ever told you the situation when I got my first guitar?
No, no.
My dad, so I was playing football and powerlifting at the time.
Big boy.
Yeah. McLaurin record holder, bitch. Fight
Wait,
me.
look at his shoulders and tell me that he didn't power lift.
Hell yeah. But no, bro. So it was like after football practice or something. I don't remember. I was with my dad though.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying something, and it grew into a conversation, a short one, but a conversation. And he was like, look, here's what we're going to do. You're either going to pick up an instrument and learn how to play an instrument, or you're going to learn about cars. And you need to learn you're going to learn what
Trade skill?
A trade. You're going to learn a trade.
Yeah.
So you can either choose an instrument or a trade. What is it going to be? And if you're doing a trade, I'm going to recommend cars because there's money in it. And I was like,
mechanics make money.
I was like, chicks like instruments, bro. Give me a guitar, bro.
Give me that.
So, I thought, hell yeah, beast. That's what I'm talking about. But no, I thought he was just kind of like fucking with me, I guess. And then like my birthday rolls around, and he comes out with a bright red, it's bright, but it's a dark red. So it's a shiny dark red Fender Stratocaster, American made. I don't know the year on it. It wasn't an old vintage, but it was a Fender Strat. And I was like, what the hell is this? And he was like, learn how to play it.
Shit.
And I was like, okay. And then I showed Casey, and Casey was like, bitch, you're
Bet.
on.
Bish bet.
He comes back 2 weeks later with his, I think it was like a Jackson or something.
Oof.
And he's like, I'm on your ass now.
I say I can't speak because I'm trying to learn how to play guitar. I can't. Right? I mean, I'm trying, but I don't have time to like sit down and actually like learn.
Don't worry, me neither. I've been playing since 12, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
But I can play the ukulele pretty well.
You definitely can play the ukulele.
Right?
That instrument blows my fucking mind.
I can
It's
pluck
like-
out some ukulele
It's
stuff.
like this big. It's got 4 strings.
And they're not tuned like anything you could ever imagine.
It's a midget bass. Like I don't understand.
But it's not even tuned like a bass.
It's like a midget bass, and the strings are all fucked up.
You've got two strings that are the same, I think.
So like somebody threw it down a cliff, and it was like, oh no, I'm still good. I can fight. And then it gets in the ring with Rocky Balboa. He beats the shit out of it.
And then it goes to the
Dwarfs
hospital
it.
and gets stitched back together, and it's like,
And then you put it in the dude from 21 Pilots' hands, and he makes gold. Like what the fuck is
makes
going on?
gold and platinum, man. But so
he
I
covers Elvis, and then the whole world melts. I'm like, you bitch. I've been playing guitar for 10 years. You're gonna come out of the woodworks and just ruin my whole shtick. My girlfriend left me because of you, dick.
But like, I mean, 21 Pilots. I can't even shit on 21 Pilots. I love 21 Pilots.
I mean, they're cute.
I love their music. But yeah, so I kind of know how to play the piano, kind of know how to play the drums. I taught myself the drums, right? I took piano lessons for 4 years. I never got out of my first learning book. Like, you know, the first book they give you, it's like the piano for beginners. Or
Hell
whatever.
no, I never touched it.
Anyway, that's what I'm telling you. The first, I think I got out of the first one. I was like halfway through the second one in 4 years, and I was like, I'm done. I can't.
Fuck.
I was like, because here's the thing, we have a piano, right? We have a piano at my mom's house. It's my great grandmother's piano.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
fucking cats chill on it. Like,
Yeah, the cats like jump up on it to get to stuff and like.
Adam, hey bro,
Adam,
what's poppin'?
So like, I always when I was young, I'd sit there and I'd just plink on notes and stuff, and my mom would be like, "Oh, that's so pretty," and then eventually she was like, "Okay, let's get you some lessons." And
I just had a great idea.
And then I never got any better, you know.
You just kind of got like you plateaued, I guess is what.
Yeah, I hit it, and I got to a certain point, and I couldn't go any further because it wasn't that I wasn't interested, and it wasn't that I didn't want to learn. It's just that I couldn't, right? And so I just kind of stopped, and now I mean I still play the piano, but I don't know any kind of good theory or anything like that. It's just kind of there, right? So like. It's all there.
Yeah.
And then
I
self-taught myself how to play the drums because I wanted to drum.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I did with the drums as well. My drummer pissed me off, and I was like,
"Fuck you!
I'm gonna learn how to do, you piece of shit.
I'm gonna learn how to do what you do, and I'm gonna do it better."
Here's the thing, bro. My drummer at the time, his name is Reeves Ainsworth. If you've ever known popular Mississippi drummers, he was number 1 in the state for like 2 years.
Oh wow!
He was an alien on his instrument. Like, I don't know who he sold his soul to or how his parents sold his soul in the womb, but he was an alien in that craft. And like, he would just talk so much shit, and I'm like, I'm not gonna beat you. I can't feasibly be better than you,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna learn how to do this and shut you up for 30 seconds because I can play the guitar and sing and scream, and you can't. You talented dick. So I did, and I like played on his drums every single time before and after band practice until I could like feast. Like, I mean, I could be in a basic rock band. Like, I could do basic drums.
Me
for
too.
Sure.
Yeah. Which?
Like, if you want something blast beaty or ridiculous, fuck you. First of all,
Fuck off. But yeah. See, and that's we went out to a bar the other night. Went out, had a good time with our other roommate.
Yeah.
Right. So we had
Tiny Tim of the tiniest proportions.
Tim of the tiniest, because this is Big Tim. As obviously he's big.
Big facts.
He's a big man, and then Tiny Tim is not so big.
He's a little guy.
He's a little guy. But we went out with him, and we had a great time.
He got us a weird. He opened the doors with a weird ass drink though.
It was like
Bailey's, Kahlua, and then 99 bananas.
it's just some weird banana. It tastes like coffee bananas.
Yeah,
banana
tastes like-
coffee. It was really
It
weird.
tastes like you dipped a banana in your coffee, but it's not a regular banana. It's candy banana. It tastes like you dipped Laffy Taffy banana in coffee. And I was like, this is a good idea.
Then you just kind of like stirred it around a little bit, and then took a little sip. You're like, oh yeah, that's it. That's how it's supposed to go.
It sucked.
But we were just standing outside chilling. You know, we had our drinks and we're just talking. And this guy comes up and was like, hey, do any of you guys know how to play the drums? And I was like, I mean, I do. Kind of. And he's like, do you have a kit here? I'm like, I have an electric kit, but the brain is kind of garbage. Like, because with electric drum kits, you have a brain that is pre-programmed with all the drum sounds and stuff. That brain that I have over there, garbage.
I've never even heard of the brand.
It's Asus.
Like the computer?
No, Alesis. Whatever it is. It's an Alesis drum kit. But
I was gonna say, I've heard of Asus. I know them.
No. But the brain on this Alesis electric kit I have is garbage. Now the kit itself is one of the mesh kits, so it's actually really good. But the brain, the computer behind the sounds, garbage. So I just run it as a MIDI through Logic, and I can play it on there, and it sounds great because Logic Pro has some amazing drum sounds. Then, so he's like, hey, you've got a drum kit. You can plug it up, and we can just come audition for my band. Just come audition. They'll throw in pizza and free beer. I'm like,
No one drinks beer anymore.
not that good at it. So if I get there, I'm gonna make a fool of myself.
A brain is like the computer
Yeah.
that processes the sound and then outputs the sound through either headphones or
the
speakers.
speakers. Yeah. So
it's kind of like you took part of an amplifier and then put it outside of the amplifier, and you have to put the amplifier in that piece.
Yeah, it's just an extra little piece that sits on the drum kit that you plug all the wires into, and then you plug it into the amp, and it sends the speakers out.
It's weird.
It's weird, and it's
way
dumb.
more complicated than it needs to be.
Way more complicated than it should be. But so this guy's like, come audition for our band, just come hang out, jam with us. We'll see what you got, and if you're good, then we'll go on like live tour, like live shows and play local stuff because they're local musicians and they have stuff, and so it was like I didn't tell him this, and I've got to text him back at some point and be like,
I wouldn't, but you're more respectful than me.
I'll be like, look, here's the thing, I'm self-taught, I'm not that good. The kit I've got is garbage, and I've got too much other stuff on my plate. Like I produce my own music, like I do my own stuff, so I don't want to be tied down to a band that wants to tour and wants to like do stuff whenever I'm not even into it, right? Like I love drumming, but that's not what I want to do.
Plus, the music industry's dead, bro.
Yeah.
It's so dead. Did we just get in trouble from Twitch?
No. That's Rat Tech Rapagam11 our stream bot was like, hey, please refrain from using foul language. So he said, hey, I found your Twitch channel. How are things going? And then he said something bad, and Streamlabs was like, no, not today.
You can find full details. Just have a look at my URL on my Twitch profile page.
Oh, he's a plugger.
Oh, did I say fuck or something?
No. They timed him out.
Ha! You suck! Ha ha!
I mean, we've been saying fuck all night.
Yeah, I mean,
fuck.
I will continue to do so.
Yeah. Matthew Bose! Oh my gosh, welcome to the party. I didn't even see you. Yeah. So, like, I would love to drum. I would love to drum for his band, but
dope.
But like, I've got my own stuff that I've got to do.
If there's anything I learned from my old drummer, drummers get a substantial amount of chicks and they're not recognized for it. He used to pick up women like he got paid to do so. Like, I'm talking like it doesn't matter if he's got 7 kids, a felony, no house, no car. He's living in his bass drum. It doesn't matter. Like, he's picking up chicks every show. He's picking up chicks at band practice. Like, it makes no... How the hell did you even get in here? Kathy. Like, it makes no sense, but drummers get chicks, bro. Like, that's all I'm trying to say. I don't know if it's because their feet move so fast. I don't know what it is, but...
I don't know, man.
Drummers get ass. I don't care what nobody says.
And here's the thing. Like I said, I'd love to be a drummer, but I'm not that good. I'm self-taught. I've never had any kind of formal lessons, and I'm not...
Jesus Christ.
Your dog knocking shit over. No, not the hot dog! Get that hot dog out of here.
The whole thing has gone to hell.
But my thing is, right, like, I could drum, but it's not what I want to do. Like, I want to be a vocalist. If I'm going to join a band, I'm going to join it as a vocalist, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Ouch.
Jesus. I don't know, man. I think if you have natural rhythm, you could be if you have natural rhythm and hand-eye coordination, you could be a drummer to some effect.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I can do simple drumming. I can do like 80s beats, and I can do like soft rock. Oh, that was our dog knocking down our barrier that we had set up in the podcast room.
To keep them out of here so they don't start. Like, they got little nails and they just pitter patter and clitter clatter everywhere, and it sucks.
and it's distracting.
And then the hot dog came in here and the whole thing went to hell.
We call my dog the hot dog because she likes to barrel her little hot dog body into here and then pee and poop all over the floor.
It sucks, man. It sucks. But one step at a time with animals.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta work it in progress.
They're always fickle. It is what it is.
My point is, some guy wants me to be in his band, and I really don't want to because like I respect them enough as musicians to say, dude, you don't want me.
And as I was saying earlier, the music industry is dead. You will be touring for the rest of your life to make ends meet comfortably.
Yeah, and that's not something I want, Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, if you have no ambition to start a family or have a relationship that's like modern and committed, and
join a band.
Yeah, and you don't mind constant criticism, constant publicism, and being in the public eye 24/7 to some regard. Be in a band, like tour. It's great. They live it up when they're on tour, but you'll never be home. You'll never have time to hold down a family or anything unless you're a multi-platinum selling artist, which is far and few in between because the music industry
so hard to break into.
The music industry as it is so saturated.
Yeah.
Like there's 30 top selling artists. If you were to say their name to me, I would not know who they were.
Yeah, that's fair. And a lot of it has to do with the ability for social media to push bad musicians.
That's what Corey Taylor was preaching about for years, man. We keep making stupid people famous because it's so easy. In a technical sense, it's easy to get famous. In a technical sense. If you have the right gimmick.
All I'm is just Lil Peep. Lil Peep.
Rest in peace or whatever. Didn't he overdose on fentanyl or some shit?
Oh, no, maybe it's not Lil Peep I'm thinking about. I mean, Lil Peep, I respect Lil Peep.
He's alright. I mean,
so he's Mac Miller. He's okay.
They're dead or whatever. And, like, they had some good songs. I'm not going to praise them like a deity. They were alright.
XXX Tentacion.
Alright, he was fire, though.
He was good, but, he came from relative obscurity. Who's the one that's like... Dude. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Gucci.
That's Lil Pump, dude.
Lil Pump, that's
he
one.
He sucks, bro.
He's so famous though. He makes millions.
Yeah, he's in he's in the music industry and real estate. He's got like dozens of houses.
He's so rich.
He's ridiculously rich. He makes a shitload of money.
He's so rich.
He's got to have like oh yeah, hell yeah, Beast, thank you. No, he's got to have like a marketing agent who's like in control of where his money goes, because there's no way he's smart enough being doped up on drugs and shit all the time to know that he needs to take every dime he gets from his label and put it into real estate, because marketing, or not the marketing, but the
he's got
the label money's going to keep coming because he's in the rap industry and there's sick money in the rap industry. But instead of spending all of it lavishly, he puts a ton of it back and invests in real estate. There's no way.
So here's the thing. We may say it's easy to get stupid people famous, right?
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: it's easy to get people who suck famous, right? Because he's got to be pretty smart. He puts on a face or a persona of like Gucci Gang, Lil Xan, popping Xannies.
Dude, he sucks so
sucking
bad.
Lean and like whatever the fuck he.
Frosting, you're here, man.
But like he's so bad. His music sucks, but he's so rich and so famous. So he's smart. He's smart about it.
Or he has people in his corner who are smart about it for him.
Right.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, man. And I'm not trying to preach, and I'm not trying to like sound old. You know what I'm saying? I'm 24. I'm old, but I'm not old.
You already sound old when you say I'm not trying to sound old, but in my day.
Well, no, because even in my day, it's been around since like, since music has been idolized, so forever. Drug culture has been getting pushed forever. Oh, and now it's at an all-time high because now it's cool. Now the shit's cool. It's not edgy anymore. It's not funny anymore, and it's not rebellious anymore. Now these dudes are pushing drug culture because it's cool.
Yeah.
And that sucks, because now you got all these kids ODing on shit.
Yeah.
Or getting hooked on shit at like 13, 14. And everybody's like, what happened? I don't know what happened to my kids. Better go on Dr. Phil. Shut up. Shut up, dude. Like, it's all over the place. And, I'm not trying to say parents need to, like, censor what their kids listen to. Or, like, censor what their kids watch. I don't believe in that kind of, like, censorship.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not the parents' fault that the market is swimming with pariah. Like, it's cancer.
Absolutely.
It's cancer. If you cut Lil Pump and all those down to what they are, their core element, cancer. And that's just what I believe. That's my personal opinion. Now, if their beats slap and you like them because their beats slap, that's fine. That's a whole nother thing. But, like, their content is cancer. And I eat hot peppers on the internet and talk about sex shops for a living. So if I can tell you your content's cancer, obviously there's an issue.
Yeah, there's obviously something wrong. And that's the thing is, like, there's so much in the industry that makes it so hard to be an entertainer. Right? Getting back to what we're talking about is like, it's so hard to be...
is Frosting toning it down?
Yeah.
What have you done to her?
I asked her to keep it PG whilst we're streaming for the most part.
No!
Just because it is our workplace and I can't deal with sexual harassment all the time.
You've broken my girl.
I don't want to be sexually harassed by somebody who's not my girlfriend.
That's fair. I mean, I get that. You know, it kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Oh, I mean, I appreciate you still tuning in.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming back and watching us, even if you don't get to talk about milking things.
I mean,
you can.
It is what it is, dude.
But yeah, so like, but get, you know, just to kind of wrap up the topic, you know, of what is an entertainer. It's hard to be an entertainer now because the market is so saturated. I mean, we've been talking about music for the last, probably, 30 minutes or so, right?
Yeah.
We've been talking about music and it's...
Industry, rather.
Yeah, the music industry. It's so hard to break into the industry because it's so saturated. Everybody's a comic. But do you know how hard it is to actually be like Jerry Seinfeld, Robin Williams,
yeah, dude.
Kevin Hart? Like how hard, Bo Burnham. How hard is it to be those people? Because there's so many people trying to be that. So you've got your top tier A grades, and then you've got your B tier and C tier and D tier, and then finally all the way down here where we're trying to start at, you've got your Z tier, right? So you got to work your way up through all these levels, and it's so hard to break in because people like what they know.
Yeah, you just got to get lucky essentially. Like I always tell Casey, the co-host of TNC, check it out on YouTube. I tell him every single time, all we need is one viral. Because if you can go viral now,
that's it.
If you can sensationalize one thing, you've got it in the bag. Like, you just need to sensationalize something. Like, start a challenge, start a trend.
Lil Nas X. Let's just talk about that.
Oh, God, dude.
Old Town Road.
I hate him.
Right? But
not because he's gay, first of all.
Yeah, but like...
Before I gets blown out of fucking proportion.
But, like... It's not even that great of a song.
It's really...
But it went viral.
Hard.
It went hard viral.
He was sitting in his sister's house and was like, I'm going to mix country with rap. But I'm going to do it intensely.
Yeah.
Obscenely. And it's going to pop, bro.
And he went viral, right?
Well, yeah, he fucking snapped, bro. Like, even Billy Ray Cyrus was like, I want in, dude.
Well, here's the thing. Billy Ray Cyrus is only famous because A, his daughter's a crazy bitch. And
Achy Breaky Heart.
And B, Achy Breaky Heart. That's the only reason people know who Billy Ray Cyrus is.
Breaky heart. Alright, that's enough of that.
I'm going to shoot myself. But, so if you can go viral, you can be famous. But if you don't go viral, you've got to grind and grind and grind and grind.
Yeah, my motto is kill myself for views.
Yeah. I mean, literally, he tried to smoke Buffalo Wild Wings blazing sauce. He tried to put it in his vape and smoke it.
I'd still do it, dude. I'd do it on... If we had, 100 people watching on all the formats all together, I'd still do it. Because I know it gets shared enough. Oh, that's viral, bro.
Yeah. And that's another thing.
And I live close enough to the hospital where I probably won't die.
Yeah. But, talking about, the grinding of being an entertainer, right? Luther Ellis, or Beastie Boy 52, if you're watching it on Twitch, the grind never stops even when you make it. It doesn't, right? Because Luther is also a YouTuber. He's got, I think, close to 5K subscribers now. Like, he's gearing up on 5,000. And so, but he's been grinding for, I want to say, 3 years to hit that, right? I mean, I've been doing you 3, 4, 5, something like that. Luther, tell me, how many years you've been grinding, my guy? When did you start YouTube? I mean, we're gonna get into this on your episode, but like, we just
Yeah.
want to 4K. He's coming up on 4K, and he's been grinding for 3 years, right?
I
mean that's slow growth, right? Here's the thing, Markiplier. I mean, Markiplier went viral.
he's putting out mad content.
But he's putting out
though.
mad content now. But when he started, it was a grind,
For sure. I mean, he's a gamer.
right?
Well, I mean, at the time, gaming was popping. Now it's oversaturated.
Yeah, gaming was popping. Yeah, it's oversaturated with Fortnite and, but he was grinding, right? And then he had, it wasn't Amnesia. That was PewDiePie that went viral with Amnesia. It was SCP Containment Breach.
Not even a clue.
It was SCP, and he went viral, right? And he blew up. I mean, he's only been doing YouTube for, I want to say, like 5-6 years. And he's got 20-something million subscribers, right? Yeah, SCP went viral. So crazy.
You just go viral and then keep the grind up. Like, that's just what it is.
And so that I think is what being an entertainer is all about, is finding what you're good at, right? Listen up. The life advice from Garrett, who's not famous yet. You notice I say yet. We're going to get there. So first thing, you got to find what you're good at. You got to find what you love, and you got to grind. That's all it takes.
For sure. And then you got to find something that resonates with an audience.
Yeah, you got to find your audience, you know?
Look at Beast Boys sound like a Miley Cyrus song. It's the grind.
But ladies and gentlemen, it is 11 o'clock. It is our bewitching hour. It is time for us to be heading on. What am I good at? Well, love frosting? I don't know. You'll have to tell us next week.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That will probably be PG too.
Yeah, we'll probably try to keep it PG for Ty.
Don't worry, dude. Okay, so we have guests coming up that you can, like, unleash on. We got a guest named Thorn who's coming on. You can go buck wild on that one. We got Beast Boy coming on. You can go wild on that one.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be fun.
But we do wholesomely request you keep it chill with Ty. And then I think in December or January, we have a big guest coming.
Big guest.
We'll talk about that more when the time comes.
Announce that later after we get everything locked down. There's like contracts involved and shit. Like it's not like somebody huge and famous, but if you live in the Hattiesburg area,
you know,
and you're involved in the movie industry,
you know this guy.
You know
this guy a lot.
So all we do is we ask the next week for our guest Ty. We keep it PG.
Just keep it at a medium roar.
I mean, we're still gonna curse. We're still gonna have all of our fun fancy words that we use, like fuck and shit, and crap.
I can't not.
And bitch.
I have no restraint.
But as far as like frosting, just kind of
keep
it on the DL.
When Beast Boy and Thorn are on the show, or any of the reoccurring guests come on the show, you can fucking cut loose, dude.
You did good today, Frosting. You did a good job.
Yeah, you were actually really docile today.
We appreciate you, but we appreciate you still tuning in. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, you did really good.
Coming out and watching us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Garrett Stone.
And I'm Tim fucking Hopkins.
And we will see you guys next week.
Go the fuck away.
Stay thirsty.